What is going on, y'all beautiful people, man? Hope you guys are having an amazing one today. I most certainly am. And in this video, we're basically going to be talking about, we're going to be diving back into how to get into the flow, because this is something that needs to be talked about like over and over again. It is just such a great damn concept when you realize it, and it's going to help you in every area of your damn life. It's going to help you if you just want to live a better life, or if you want to get into the flow as an athlete, or if you want to get into the flow as a communicator. Either one of these things. Now, it's so powerful, and the reason we're going to be diving back into it is because I've realized more and more in a deeper and deeper understanding of it. And we're going to be talking about the 4 ways of getting into flow that I've learned from this guy named Owen Cook that really broke down how to get into flow like that. And so the 4 ways are going to be, first, the beliefs about yourself, beliefs about other people. Thirdly, it's going to be where you put your awareness. And then fourthly, it's going to be how you get into momentum a little bit. So I've talked about this in a past video, but this is something where I'm going to share my experience with doing this at my new job that I just got, which is IHOP. And it's just really going to show you that being able to just focus on these things can really help you just be able to put a perspective on how you can get into flow perfectly for you. So firstly, it's like when you're thinking too much. So for the first one is, it's when you're thinking too much about like, okay, I don't have positive beliefs about myself. I don't think good about myself. I don't think this and that about myself. That gets you into your head. And for all of these, what we're focusing on is, do these things get you into your head or out of your head? In order to be in flow, we're trying to get out of our head and being able to just surrender to the moment, surrender to what God is allowing to happen in this moment. That is what we're trying to do. So for the first one of having good positive beliefs about yourself, you need to have good beliefs, or else you're just going to be thinking about like, oh, I'm self-conscious. Oh, I suck. Oh, I can't. What do I deserve to be here? Or anything like that. But not even that. Also on top of that, allowing yourself to know that it's okay to think that stuff about yourself, that it's not the devil spawn, that it means, oh, you can't be in flow. But if you accept that those are thoughts happening, this we're gonna go to a deep level with this, then. But if you can accept those thoughts that are happening and accept like, okay, I can accept, this is something I'm learning from Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant's meditation coach. Like, accept yourself being in the eye of the storm and trying to get those thoughts, negative thoughts, into the background, having them be like background music at a restaurant. If you can accept it and just continue to move with that, it allows you to actually get into flow, because you're not trying to deny what currently is. If you have negative thoughts, if you have negative things, you're going to continue to find new insecurities, new things as you grow, as you put yourself into uncomfortable situations. But if you can accept that, then all of a sudden you can continue to go, and you actually are going to be able to get into flow more and more and more. But let me put this into perspective with you guys. So I just got a job at IHOP, which is basically a restaurant. I got a job as a server. And for all of these, we're going to talk about how that's actually helped me, how these things have actually helped me get into flow. Because for me, so the positive self-beliefs about yourself is one of the ones that you can constantly say, that I constantly say to myself, is that the Lord shall be thy confidence. Now, this places me outside my head, because it allows me not to focus on looking a certain way. It allows me not to focus on talking a certain way. It allows me not to focus on doing anything specific. Just being able to go there and knowing that the Lord shall be thy confidence, that the Lord is with me no matter what. Another one that I was saying to myself while I was working here is, while I was busting tables or whatever I was doing at the time while I'm training, is just saying that the steps of a righteous man, or the steps of a good man, shall be ordered by the Lord, and he shall delight in them. Though he may fall, he will not be cast down, for the Lord is at his right hand. Now that is so powerful, and reason being is because it's showing you that wherever you currently are right now, that the Lord is ordering your steps. And if we can really encapsulate that into our life, all of a sudden, whatever you decide to do in the moment, you can accept it, and you can be free to choose what you actually want to do in the moment. So for me, if it's like, I don't really know what to do right now at this freaking new job, none of the managers were telling me, like, teaching me how to do stuff. None of the coworkers really wanted to help me too much. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna have to figure it out on my own. And if I can accept that and be like, okay, I'm gonna make some stupid decisions, I'm gonna make some mistakes, I'm probably gonna do things that nobody really is wanting me to do right now, I can be okay with that, through knowing that the Lord's ordering my steps. The Lord has me here for a reason, and I'm going to continue to do it as best I can today. That is something that gets me out of my head there. It has been powerful, because it's a very hectic environment here at the IHOP, man. It's just like people, the managers yelling at the cooks, the co-workers that don't really want to help you. It's just like crazy, hectic environment, but the Lord allows us to get centered and still be in flow, even in something like this. So that's the first one, being able to do that. And it goes into multitudes of things. If you're thinking too much about approval, you got to be able to get outside of that. But there's also the second one, which is your beliefs about other people. Now, this is so dang powerful. If I go into this environment and I see them talking like this, and I see them all negative, all this stuff, and I start thinking like, Why does this have to be like this? Why are they like this? They're terrible people. They're absolutely awful, all that stuff. If I start thinking that, all of a sudden I'm going to get into my head and I'm going to want the situation to be different, and it's just not going to be working out. I cannot be there. But what I was doing and what I have been trained to do through all these videos and learning about this stuff and growing in the Lord is being able to imagine people and loving people no matter where they are. Now, it's not always going to be freaking easy, but loving people where they currently are, whether that's in a negative state, whether that's not in the best state, just being able to say, okay, I'm going to continue to love you. I'm going to continue to appreciate you. And I'm going to continue to try to work my best around you, despite the fact that you're going to be emotionally volatile right now. And it is so powerful in relationships, in environments that are hectic, just being able to have positive beliefs about people, because you ask yourself, okay, if I have a negative belief about this person and I'm just thinking negatively about them, but then you're also allowing that to get into your head and thinking people think that about you, that's going to put you into your head. That's not going to be good. Y'all understand what I'm saying there? So if we can actually think positively about people and start to love them, start to want to have delight in who they are as people, no matter where they are, and just have fun with people in general, knowing that we're celebrating that the Lord has won the victory already. Small stuff, as small as that can continue to get us outside of our head, and that allows us to be in flow. Now, thirdly, the awareness. Where do you put your awareness? This is something where it's almost like an intention. Where do you put your intention? Where are you focusing on what you're trying to do? Where are you filtering the thoughts and the things, the actions that you're deciding to do? So this can go in multiple ways, but here at IHOP, when I started working there, at first, my awareness was on what the manager was going to think. His view was going to freaking lash out at me for doing something wrong. And because it seems like if I ask him a simple question, if I ask him more than 3 questions, he's going to freaking whip me across the back and get pissed at me. So that starts to get you into your head. And I'm like, okay, the coworkers don't seem like they want to help me. And like, I'm focusing on not messing with their little momentum, their groove that they got going on. And that was putting me into my head. And I noticed that. And what I focused on the next day that I came back, I was like, okay, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to have that be there. Where can I place my awareness and my intention on? And what I actually did is place it on the customer, place it on the people that I'm serving. I'm there serving them. So if I'm going to make a decision, I can make a decision to help them and to actually give them the best experience, even if maybe it's not the perfect decision that the manager would have wanted me to do, or the coworker's going to be a little pissed about it. If I can focus my awareness on the customer, I can allow other things that people are going to say. They're going to be leaving little comments. They're going to be saying little comments in the back, whatever. But it's like, hey, I'm doing this for the customer. I'm trying to give them the best experience. But also not even needing the customer to appreciate it, but just saying I'm trying to do the best I can to serve through the Lord and trusting Him with the rest. That's so powerful because it gets me out of my head in that moment. And this is something that can get you out of your head in anything that you're doing. Where do you place your awareness? Do you place your awareness on just going out there and having fun? Do you place your awareness on trying to connect with people? Do you place your awareness on just letting go and allowing God to flow? Like, there's so many things that you can place your awareness on that can allow you to get into a flow state. But whenever you want to focus on one of these things and have this in your mind, just ask yourself, does it get me out of my head or does it get me into my head? And the things that really get you out of your head, continue to go back to them, continue to try them, continue to create mental models in your mind that allow you to go into social interactions, that allow you to go into a freaking sports game, that help you just focus on, hey, I'm not focusing on the result, but I'm focusing on the process. If Steph Curry goes out with an awareness on, hey, I just want to work on my floater whenever I'm playing this game. I just want to work on my floater. I want to get up like 5 floaters, or I want to get up like 10 floaters this game. And I'm just going to focus on the process of that and just see. And then after the game, I'm going to learn from it. I'm not going to focus on what goes in. I'm just going to focus on making sure it feels nice. Placing your awareness on that actually helps you get a better result because you're just focusing on the process. When you focus on the process, you're not in your head. You're just focusing on doing what you can do, doing what you can control. That is freaking powerful. Now, the fourth one is the momentum. So the momentum is something that you kind of, it's like a rhythm. That's what Owen Cook talked about, a rhythm that you're getting into with what you're currently doing. The example he gave is whenever he goes out with his students and he's like helping them like kind of communicate and just like interact with people, he always tells them to say after every single interaction, if he's asking you how that interaction went, he wants you to say 1,000 out of 10. What that means is that interaction went absolutely amazing. You're saying that it went amazing, even if it went terrible, even that person didn't like you, anything like that. And what that does is it gets you into a momentum. Y'all understand? A momentum of doing this thing, because all of a sudden it's like you're focusing on the process of that, and it gets you into the momentum of focusing on the process of just going out even if it goes bad, saying 1,000 out of 10 gets you focused on the process instead of the result. And all of a sudden you get more and more momentum. You're like, hey, I just want to do this. It's going to be 1,000 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10. But that's a habit you have to ingrain, because he even says that he would ask his students, I'm going to trick you. I'm just telling you, I'm going to trick you. I'm going to try to get you to say that it actually just went like kind of mediocre or anything like that. But they would still fall for it, because he says it's such an ingrained habit for us to just think mediocre, like, oh, like, yeah, it went all right or whatever. So you have to rewire the habit to build the momentum and to get you into more of that flow of like, hey, it went 1,000 out of 10, let's go to this next one, let's go to this next one. Now this is something that we can do in our every single day life. What will build momentum for you? What do you need to rewire that can help build momentum? So for me, it's kind of like the letting go. Like sometimes I would think too much about certain situations and stuff like that, and it would get me out of momentum, because I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about the results, thinking about how it went. But if you can focus on, I just want to go into this interaction and simply just let go, which is a powerful thing, let go and let God, and knowing that my best stuff comes from there. I'm not going to focus on what actually came out. I'm going to focus on how well I let go. Continue to say it went 1,000 out of 10, whatever you want to say. And knowing the next time I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. I'm just focusing on letting go. And when I can place your momentum and your rhythm on, hey, I just want to let go. I just want to let go. Even for me in this video, one of the powerful things that I'm doing is Owen Cook says that when he's going up to do a public speech, which he does these public speeches for like freaking 5 hours, and it's amazing. He says when he goes up there, what he's basically doing, y'all understand what he's basically doing? He says that he goes up there and he's just simply telling himself, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. And it's something similar to just like, I don't like using this freaking example. Yeah. But he says it's like when you're, I don't like using that. I'm not going to use that example. But it's just something where it's almost like when you're trying to go to sleep and you're trying to allow yourself to let go, and you kind of like are just allowing yourself to get into a momentum or a rhythm that kind of lulls you to sleep. It's like, let go. Let go. Or I say, be still and know that I'm God. Be still and know that I'm God. And what I'm saying, that it gets me into out of my head and into just kind of the momentum of doing the thing, the process of just falling asleep. And he says that's the same state that you're trying to get into when you're going out there and doing something. So you can even tell yourself, be still and know that I'm God. You're saying, I'm going to be still and know that I'm God. I'm going to trust God. Something like that. A verse that's powerful after every interaction that you do, after every video you record, after every shot that you take, that you're telling yourself, so that it gets you into that momentum over and over and over again. And you start lulling yourself into this momentum and into the flow state. Very powerful. So this is how you get into flow state. Do you understand? I just gave you the freaking key to getting into flow state. I used it in this video, and it is the best I have ever done a video, because it just got me into this flow state. I've used the positive self-beliefs, the thinking about other people, or the way that I'm thinking about you guys. I'm thinking about you guys in a loving way. I've used the third one, which is the awareness, which I just want to come up here and have fun. And the fourth one, the momentum of just letting go. I'm telling myself in the back of my mind, it's like background music, let go, let go, let go, and allowing it to flow out. And it's been so amazing. And it's almost like I'm flying a plane with this video. And every now and then the plane will start to like, oh, I start thinking about it too much, or, oh, I'm speeding up too much, or you just start getting off of your axis and you start going here. But these things can help bring you back to center, into that flow of like, okay, it's just letting go. It's just letting go. It's just having fun. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be the most amazing thing ever. And that's all we're doing. So hope you guys are able to use this today to be able to get into a flow state in whatever you're currently doing, man. Love you guys very much. Hope you guys are having an amazing week. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace. Boosh.